No, I didn't check it out. Is it 20, 30 something?
Ah, I think it's 21, 22, I think.
With wooden wheels.
Yeah. Hang on, yeah. They were made Pickering wheels, they call them. Funny, they creak. So tighten them up like through water over and bucket of water in it. So if you use it in the wet, they do it a world of good because the wheels will expand and tighten up. I'm not saying they're loose, they might be perfectly okay. But rear wheel brakes only, external expanded rear wheels. Can you see? Look, rubbish. Externally expanded. There's your brake shoe. That is your brake shoe. On there. And I ran one very similar for years as a wedding car, very similar, but a four-seater. And you had to brake fairly early, I can assure you. In the wet, useless, totally useless. But who cares? It don't matter, does it really? You know, you're not going to tear it out. But the car itself, I think, is lovely. What a stylish car! It's beautiful, tough. I mean, if that had an Alvis or a Bentley badge on there, you'd be talking about 80,000 quid, wouldn't you? But poor old Chevrolet just don't make the money. But it's lovely. I think it's great. I want to check out the year because, yeah, my steering wheel was similar to this, made in sections. Can you see? Very clever, isn't it? And same sort of interior trim as this. I think it's about a 21, 22. I can't see it being any later than 22 with a tank like that. It is very agricultural, extremely agricultural. But what a lovely example. I don't know what to say about external
Exposed
valve. Yeah, tappets. Look, yeah, exposed. That's the word I was trying to find. Yeah, exposed. Look at that. So what you have to do with them, if it stood up for a while, get your oil can out and oil them all up before you start it up, and away you go. And then load of oil up there. You know, it flies about all over the place, but you don't make too much mess. You know, it's quite surprising, really. But I'll tell you what. You know, anyone with a little bit of savvy could soon make a cover for that if you wanted to, couldn't you? It's not a big problem. Carburation, I mean, it is very, very early, isn't it? Proper early car. And water pump there, look, that'll be stuffed with string in there. So you just keep tightening that grease cap down. You see that? You know, put water pump grease, take that off, put water pump grease in it, and then you just keep tightening it down to keep it greased up, you know what I mean? Quite fun. Mine used to leak like a sieve, and then put some fresh grease in, and pump the grease in, like push it in, and it'll do a wedding, no problem at all. You know, these are lovely.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah. It's a lovely car. It really is a nice car. I like it ever so much. Nice number as well, because that's been a British car for a long, long time, I think it's absolutely lovely. I really do. I could use this. I could live with this nicely. I think that's absolutely lovely. There you go, look. Boost the water pump. There you go. I think it's great. Yeah, value-wise, it's been changed to coil ignition. Would have been mag, of course. I don't know what it'd fetch. It's quite an odd one, isn't it, really? It's quite strange. Wood. I know I keep particularly going on and on about pre-war cars being on the floor, not making their money. It's just stood around a fair old time. It's a clean-up, lovely, this car. But at the same time, you get odd things like this, being a roadster. I think it could do well. You know, I wouldn't be surprised this car does sort of towards 15 grand, you know. I think it'd do 10 plus, whereas, you know, an average 1925 saloon, if you like, would probably struggle. This might romp on a bit. So, you know, I can only tell you what it's worth. And in my mind, the car, I think personally the car's worth 14 to 15,000 quid. I don't know what the reserve is. I'm going to go and check it in a minute. So I think it might make it. But my advice is guys out there are interested, do come along and have a look. I really do think you'll be quite impressed, and you'll realise that it's massive value for money, to be honest.